sports had been much more than just games. They've been a road to somewhere, promising a sense of accomplishment, purpose, and even glory. When blacks finally became accepted as athletes, the next logical step was to try to broaden that base so that they could be accepted off the field as well. The 60s were a rude awakening to the fact that the next step needed to be taken. The 70s saw the change begin. The years since have proven that change is slow and that there are still some hard roads ahead. Nobody questions what the next step on the hard road should be. It's management, not just in the front office, but in the dugout and on the sidelines. While baseball's black managers can be counted on one hand, the NFL's black head coaches cannot be counted at all. There have been none, even though the winningest coach in the history of college football is Grambling's Eddie Robinson.
If two players, black and white, would play for Landry, would play for Shula, would play for Ditka, or anybody else, they getting the same training. And if they want to coach, they should be able to coach. I know it's got to be a black coach sooner or later, but my feeling is this rests with management and owners. I think they are the people who, whenever they are ready, will decide that there will be a black coach in the league.
Georgetown University's championship-winning coach, John Thompson.
But I think people look at me as a basketball coach, and I certainly would hope that they think that I can administer this program. In order to be a basketball coach, there are a lot of things that a person has to be able to do, and I think that the perception of blacks and able to manage and able to do is just going to be answered as the result of an opportunity to be able to do. The thing that I always get a kick out of is the fact that particularly in the NFL and also in the NBA and also in the professional ranks, they always say that we can't find qualified black folks to be administrators, to be in these upper level positions. Well, based on the turnover that exists in those leagues, they can't find qualified whites either. So I think that it is extremely essential to give blacks that same opportunity to fail that they have provided with whites.
Change takes time, but history shows that there must be improvement.
We're going to break down these barriers of disallowing blacks and Hispanics to be coaches and managers, whether through negotiation, litigation, or demonstration. These barriers will come down because the time has come, and people are putting forth the effort to remove those blemishes from the face of the sports.
When you look at television or read the sports pages today, you have to be impressed with the stature we Americans grant our athletes. It's good to know that finally in America, the athletic glory of our sports heroes is not based on color or religion. In America, in sports at least, every man, woman, and child can have an equal shot at fame and fortune. There is still, however, a dark cloud inside this silver lining. There are drug problems which threaten professional sports on all levels. Greed and selfishness are eroding the ideals of sportsmanship. We won't know how much damage has been done until the next generation of young athletes takes the spotlight. And yet, regardless of the problems, many black youths continue to put all their hopes and dreams on the line for a one-chance-in-a-million professional sports career. You don't really, even though we know that we all usually like athletics, especially basketball. But
I play football.
Yeah, I heard. Your nickname is Animal.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that nickname from?
Look at him.
When I speak to groups of black youths and see the thirst for athletic glory in their eyes, I'm heartbroken by what is a vain hope for almost every one of them. Millions of young people, good athletes, are destined to be bitterly disappointed. The glory of great athletes is real enough, but unless it means more opportunities in other walks of life, it is tragically deceptive. We've come too far down a very hard road to quit now, with relatively few successes. The modern stereotype about the superhuman black athlete is as dangerous as the old subhuman stereotype. Opportunities for the mind have been sabotaged by belief that blacks have the brawn, but not the brains to excel. The hard road doesn't end here. We have a long way yet to go, so we must keep moving forward. We owe it to those who have paid so dearly for our place in the sun.
Time is a strange companion. In the warm womb of Africa, the black athlete was free to strive, to succeed, and to be rewarded. Slavery put a sudden and devastating end to this Eden. It would be 400 years in a land thousands of miles away before athletic achievement would once again be freely rewarded by society. In those years, time would be an enemy, something to be endured, and this tranquil moment would fade. In the darkest years, athletic ability held out a very small hope of survival and acceptance. Time crawled. Few died free. But the fight had begun. Pawns against would-be kings. Without access to education, physical strength was the only path to survival. Blacks in America were separated and enslaved, but they were together creating the road of athletic prowess, paving it with the sweat of slavery and laying it on the hardened soil of a simpler age. The lowest of men, with great athletic ability, could stand tall on that roadway, eye to eye with the highest. Though slow to spread from the athlete to his people, respect earned in sports was true respect, and it encouraged a people to hope and to dream. Those who were sure of their powers in sport were sure of themselves. The black athlete struck his blow for freedom and aimed it at a society that had long been sick with the cancer of a smug belief in racial superiority. It was hard medicine to take, and society got worse before it began to heal. But knowing the truth has forever set men free, and in freedom there is respect, and from respect grows opportunity, and with opportunity, anything, everything is possible.
Finally, a friend. We have the power to make the most of our time, to make the most of ourselves and of our opportunities, to walk the road to glory, and to make it a glory shared by all. And, God willing, we shall.
It's a hard road to glory. It's like no road you've traveled before. The distance you've journeyed is marked off in years, and you've got to be ready for more. It's a rough road to glory. It can shake you and hurt you inside. Many have stumbled in sight of the goal with souvenir scars from the ride. But you